Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, my viewers, my good friends on YouTube. I am still half asleep, as you can see in my face, my puffy face, and that's okay because we're going to have a chatty, get ready with me morning. I've got my iced coffee, and if you have some coffee or whatever you're enjoying drinking right now, please join me as I get ready for my day. Now, I have a few things to share with you along the way of me getting ready. And so I have a clean face. Obviously, I have my hair pulled back off my face, and I have my lotions and potions on my face, so I'm ready to begin the journey. You guys, something I've been starting with using is this Jergens Instant Sun. And because it's like 90 degrees here in Indio, in the desert. And I have been, I went to the pool yesterday. So, it's nice to have a little bit of sunshine on your face. So anyway, I've been starting out with a couple puffs of this. And it's not very strong. It does not have a lot of color, but it does have just the amount of color I need. So I make sure, I kind of blend that in because I don't want the tanning color to have a line on it. It's very, very sheer, very watery. And it does have a fragrance, but not too crazy. All right, now, I've got to go wash my hands, get this off my hands. So, I'm gonna go do that. Washing. I would video my get ready with me's in my bathroom, but my bathroom lighting is so poor. Before I go any farther, actually, I should have done this before I put this self-tanning lotion on. I was approached by a company, and I'm going to be talking more about it. It's this company, and it's a light therapy device. I started it last night, but the reason I'm not real keen on product promotion because I know you guys don't like it. But sometimes a product comes along that I really want. And so this was something I really wanted. And and you're going to want it too when you hear what it does. Okay, listen, you guys, listen. Skin repair includes reducing fine lines, tightens skin, fades dark spots and allergies, soothing redness and shrinking pores, minimizing active acne, and controls body oil. It helps reduce inflammation, relieves pain, and promotes wound healing. So, like I said, I'm going to be talking more about this, but this was what really caught my eye. See this? I'm going to measure this and really take a picture of it because this dark spot is getting bigger and bigger. And I also have one over here. And then, of course, my wrinkles here and here. So that's what caught my eye. I don't really have acne scars, but that caught my eye. And so and I'll explain about it later. But anyway, so this is what I'm looking to be, certainly not get any bigger or darker. And this one. And, I have these scars here. Anyway, so I'll be talking more about that, but before I put makeup on, I wanted to share what that looked like. Okay, another thing that I've been doing, I've been using these little packets. Now, they come in all different flavors. This one is papaya and citric acid, and it's a brightening mask sheet. And I would have put this on for you, but I can't see your talk, so that's not going to be any good. Because it's a fine moisturized mask, and frankly, I like it because they're very cool, and it's nice to even put them in the refrigerator. Another thing that I've been using is these little packets, and once again, they come in all flavors, of deep hair therapy, like a deep hair conditioner. And in fact, I put one on last night. I put it on, and then I put my shower cap on over it, walk around, I take my blow dryer and heat my hair, heat, put my shower cap on, and then I just leave it on like for an hour even, and then I rinse it off. So this is, look how curly my hair is naturally. My hair feels so enriched. So I'm gonna try to do this a couple times, 2 to 3 times a week, because it's so dry out here. And if I'm in the pool, that's even more drying, the chlorine and everything. Another thing I've been using are these retinol pads. I keep this in the refrigerator. I'm gonna show you one of these. They look like this. Actually, one's stuck to the top. See how juicy it is? It's very, very moist and sort of rubbery. I don't want to waste that one, but I put them right here. Like, you know, before I'm getting ready, right after my shower, I'll use them and then rinse off underneath my eye. But it helps. Supposedly, it's retinol under eye mask with collagen and hyaluronic acid, restores, tightens, anti-wrinkle. You know, I think this is such a fragile area for us gals that are a bit more mature. And so I feel like I need all the help I can get. Okay, enough already. Let me get my makeup on, you guys. Quit distracting me. Holy moly. Okay, something I recently got was the Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. But as most things that I buy, I couldn't get the lid to work, so I had to do this. The pump was not working, so I squirt some out. And it's very creamy and rich. And this was actually as advertised as one of the best, one of the leading primers. I kind of wanted to do that Il Mage or whatever it is. But this one came in as a little, according to reviews, as better overall. And then I think one of my friends uses it, so she's also suggested it. So I'm just gonna pack, I actually put too much of that on. Put that away. Put that away. Okay, we've had Coachella here last weekend. So today's Wednesday. Last weekend was Coachella. It's 2 weekends, so it'll be this weekend as well. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is Coachella. It's just down the street from me. And yes, you can hear the music. But I just hear the boom, 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 the bass. But depending on where you live in this community, you can hear the full-on, you could hear Lady Gaga sing. We like Coachella because it brings so much money into our community. Not just does it bring, one of my lights just went out, I'm gonna do this. Not just does it bring, it brings money into the community because people rent hotel rooms, they go to the restaurants, they go to the grocery stores and buy water and ice and, snacks and all that stuff. So it brings a ton of money into our community, and we, of course, like that. And it's fun. It's fun. Then after Coachella comes Stagecoach, and that's the country western version. And then after that comes, well, no, I'm not even gonna say that because I think they started coming in the fall. It's like a hard rock one. All right, Ty. Okay, so that was that. Now I'm gonna put my foundation on. Lumi L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. Now look how dark this looks. It actually goes on dark, but once I blend it and really, once I blend it and put it on, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. No, it's not. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm just gonna do this with my hand. And my face is pretty moist because of all the stuff I put on it so far. So that's good. You know, not long ago, and I did a video on this actually. Let's see here. Not long ago, I went to the Dollar Tree or dollar store and I bought a bunch of makeup. I bought everything I needed plus more, all for it ended up being $29-ish. And, but let me tell you, the eye makeup I was using, it was not good. My eyes started, like, in other words, I was allergic, I think. So I ixnated that. So then I've kind of have had to buy a few other things. All righty. I've got some water over here I'm using. Now, because my eyes and my eyeshadow is always such a mess, hot mess, I bought this e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. Now, I did use that spackle on my eyelids, but doing that, I'm also doing it right here. Because, you know, I try to have some wrinkles. You know, I should have brought a mirror out here. Oops, I didn't. I'm gonna have to go get one. I still have not had my other cataract, this eye done, and I need to. But because I'm not gonna go back to that doctor, I have to get a different, thing from my main doctor, referral from my main doctor. Okay, I've got to go get a mirror. Okay, I have my mirror. Yeah, I've got a couple brown spots. You know, when you get older, your body just starts fading out. Fade out. All right, let's see. Now, after that, I like to do this. This looks so grungy. It's a bronzer, but I just kind of start here. And it kind of gets rid of some of that shine. Gets rid of some of that shine. Okay, that's good enough. I don't want to put too much. Sometimes when I do that, I think that's when my videos like get real dark in there. I think I'm gonna do this palette today. I think I am. Alrighty. So this is LA Colors. All right, I'm gonna start with this really dark, I think this dark one. Now I do have all that primer on my eyes. Ugh. Gotta blend that. Normally I like to tape my eyes, but I forgot to bring the tape. Let's see, I don't like that. I'm trying to get right on that bone right there. Both of my little lights just went out. The lights I have pinned to my camera. Okay, yay. See my bunnies. Right here, that puffiness. Hopefully that'll go out. That'll go away. So today, I want to get a few, I'm in charge of bringing chips and dips to my brother's because we go to his house for Easter. at the beach. And so I wanted to go. I like to put my chips and dips in those little Easter baskets, for the season. And so I want to go to the dollar store and get some Easter baskets. I want to do my brows, just bring my brows in a tiny bit. I'm looking at myself. I'm not looking very great, let me tell you. Let me tell you about my story. I hosted book club the other day. So, I had hors d'oeuvres. I try to just have finger food for the hors d'oeuvres because, we're really talking about the book, not the hors d'oeuvres. It was good. It wasn't, the best thing I've ever read, but it was a fun read and it was interesting and different. It was sort of historical fiction in a way. Okay, that's good. Sometimes I get my brows too dark. This is a gel that I'm using, a light brown. But it's not going on good. It's too sticky. And I just got this. So we had a nice book club because you know what happens? Like we talked, what happens is we begin to personalize the themes and the plots and the characters of the book. So for example, one of the themes in the Apothecary was betrayal. I'm not giving anything away because this is all in the public synopsis. But the Apothecary, it's two timelines. One is the present. A woman named Caroline is married to a man named James. They've been married 10 years. They go to, they schedule an anniversary honeymoon in London for their 10-year anniversary. So just before they go, Caroline discovers that James has been having an affair with someone at his job. He has a good job and she works at her parents' farm or whatever. So she ends up going alone. And he has to figure out what he wants to do. So Caroline goes alone to England and checks into their hotel. And so after she gets her bags and everything, and she goes down to the local pub just to have a drink and sort of unwind a little bit from her trip. Well, as she's going there, once she gets there, there was a group of people. So she gets swept up in the crowd and the momentum of the people as she goes into this pub. And then she's like, what's going on? They go, come on with us. We're going mudlarking. So she was like, what's mudlarking? And they're like, well, come on, you'll find out. So she does. And basically mudlarking is, I'm not, this is how they portray it in the book. They go into like these old rivers, or I guess rivers, or probably it's a river, not a lake. And they see what they can discover, if they can discover any finds, any treasures. Well, so she scoops out, right away she scoops this glass bottle out of the river. So anyway, she takes this glass bottle, and then after the evening's over, she said they go back to the pub, and what'd you get? And so while she's in the hotel, I don't want to give too much away. That's why I'm kind of thinking. While she's in the hotel, she's curious about this bottle because it has some markings on it. So the next day she goes to the library, and anyway, it's kind of her journey about this bottle. And then the other timeline is the woman who has, her name is Nera or something like that. Anyway, the other timeline is this woman is the owner of an apothecary in England in the 1700s. And she makes, and I'm still not giving it away, she has two functions. She has one shop that she does a regular apothecary, you know, homemade remedies for headaches and whatever. And then she also has a secret area where she makes potions that will kill. But she only uses those potions to kill men that are being mean, beating their women, because that was part of her betrayal. So, and then that's the story, is that whole thing. So as we talked about the apothecary and the potions and all this stuff, we talked about, you know, we started with the theme betrayal. Now, have any of us ever felt betrayed? That's how we end up personalizing the themes in the book. And so then, you know, people share and it, you know, it's a nice, like a women's group. It ends up being like a women's therapy group, because we end up opening up about, you know, I was like Caroline and this happened to me, the same like it happened to her. And, oh, well, this happened to me and it never, you know, changed me or whatever. So it's a nice book club. The other, one of the other books we read, one of the themes was, I can't even remember the name of it, but it had to do, we talked about, the women in my book club are my age-ish, 74-ish. So we talked about when we were younger, searching for our careers, that we did not have many choices. Secretary, teacher, airline stewardess, you know, it was just more, we were limited. And so one of the topics came up about, did you ever feel limited? And looking back on that, you know, how do you feel about that now? So that was I discovered that the gals in my book club, they had some very aggressive, masculine jobs when they were young women. People that were in the packaging business and people that were in like mailing, I say packaging and mailing, were big companies, they were in charge of getting mail from here to there. It was fascinating. I was fascinated. So, and also one of the gals worked for McDonnell Douglas, like down by the LA airport, and what that whole thing was like. How easy was it to be upwardly mobile as a woman in a man's field? So anyway, our book club's good. Sometimes it's much better than the books. Okay, I've got to get my eyeliner on. And once again, you're distracting me. Okay, this is Laura Geller, but I left the lid off this, and I don't think it's good anymore. My bad, I know. My bad, I know. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, this is dry. I'm gonna have to see if I can finagle it some way. Okay, here's another one. Let me see if this is infallible. Let's see if it is. Okay, that went on well. Very waxy. Very waxy, very waxy. Okay. So I had my book club the other night. You guys, I've been going out all the time. It's like a group of us gals, we just seem to get together. Way too much. And then my daughter and I have been getting together because of her new job. And they've been sending her to training in San Francisco. Well, she's going to UC San Francisco or something. But her classes are all online. And then they Zoom meetings. This Zoom thing fascinates me. Not putting on false eyelashes because I don't need to. It's just the day. Okay, but I am going to do this. I had to change my mascara from that dollar store because it was irritating my eyes. And it had tons of fallout by the end of the day. So this is Color Stay Extension, and I don't know who it's by, and I can't see that well. After I put my makeup on, I'm going to go do my hair. That's going to be another video. And I'll do outfit of the day. I found these cute dresses on from this cute little boutique store. Oh my gosh, but I'll when I show you, I'll get the name because I'm going to model them for you. I bought 2. Actually, I bought one at Ross and I liked it and I had compliments on it. So I looked at the brand and then I thought, ooh, that's from a good store. And a really cute bohemian type boutique. So I went online and sure enough, they had a couple more, they had a couple left. So I bought 2. Okay. There's this gal on Instagram and she's not young, but she's certainly younger than I am. She's probably 60s. And she does her make, she's got really short hair and she does her makeup. It always looks great. But she always talks about, oh, you know, instead of doing your eyeliner like this with your pencil, you know, put a brush in the powder and do it with your brush. Look how, and she goes, look how better that looks. I'm like, yeah, it does, but my skin won't do that. Heck no. Okay, now I'm older and I have crepey skin. I've got to put my blush on. Now, every time I say this, I get negative comments. This Lady Gaga blush because I liked the color. I like this pinkish, bluish color. It tends to go, I like it. Everybody's like, oh, I would not buy Lady Gaga. Well, then don't. Then don't. But boo. I'm also going to do this. I want to make sure I've got this, and I like this. Kind of right in here. On my dark spots. On my dark spot. Right here. Right here. Okay, now, blend that. Okay, I'm gonna blend while I talk. So the other night, I've been meeting these new gals because one of my friends that I play canasta with, we've been going out to dinner with a couple of her friends. So I've met her friends. And so to me, it is so interesting because all my life I was a teacher. And teachers, that is a safe career in the sense of you do get tenure, but you have to work for it. You are evaluated once you reach tenure, you're evaluated for sure every other year where the principal comes in and you have to do a lesson, or they could come in anytime they want, and they do. But where you have to do a lesson for the principal, and they go over the results with you, what you did right, what you could do better, kind of a thing. And if they don't like what they see, they give you that first warning, and then they can let you go. I think they have to give you 2 warnings, and then they have to provide help. It's called PAR, Peer Attendance Review. At least it was when I was teaching. And so then they have to provide you with a mentor, someone to go in and help you. And then if you don't rise to the occasion, then you're out of there. So people talk about tenure, and yes, but there's also ways to get rid of teachers. It's not politically popular, and so principals don't like to do it because then they're not like popular, I guess. So they tend to just maybe make your life miserable till you quit. I don't know. I never got to that point. I mean, I was always evaluated, and my evaluations came out fine. But yeah, you still have to work to keep your job. Okay, I am going to I want to show you my hair, you guys. You're going to crack up how curly it is. Look at this. Now, I would love to work with my natural curl, but I can't. It's like not curly enough, or I don't know, but I really would like to somehow save it. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I've tried like taking this and then using curling iron and enhancing the curls, but then some look curling ironed and some don't, so it's kind of a mess. Okay, I'm gonna do my hair. Oh, I forgot my lipstick. Ooh. Because see, my lips are microbladed. That's good enough. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, actually, I'm not going to be back because that's going to be part 2, I guess. P.S. I love you, and until our next conversation, you guys. Bye.